What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, one time for the one time, all right? Talking about Kerryon Johnson last night, the rook out of Auburn, broke the, 4 or 5 years without a 100-yard rusher last night. And I love the way they ran the ball last night. I love the way the Jim Bob Cooter let those road graders up front get to rolling forward. Big fellas love to go forward, not twinkle toes and pass block all game, all right? They need to go ahead and continue to keep that identity, all right? I think they rushed the ball 30-some times, 33 times, and Stafford dropped back like 36 times. They need to keep that balance, all right? They need to continue to run the ball. And what's a good sign before I get into Kerryon Johnson of a team that runs the ball, even when things are not going as positive or even when the game seems like it might get out of hand, they never completely abandon the run, okay? And when they up, they know how to keep running the ball and not get pass happy, okay? And front run and give the other team an opportunity to get back in the game. But last night, Kerryon Johnson showed everything in the running game. Patience. He showed guys, and people were saying, well, he's kind of skinny and frail for, a 6'1" running back that's 215. And I told people, man, I watched this kid a lot, and it was mostly by mistake, all right? Because Auburn last year was a really, really good team, and I caught a lot of their games, all right? I used to stay down there by Auburn, not too far in Alabama, and I would catch a lot of their games, and I was like, damn, they overutilized Kerryon Johnson. And that's one of the reasons he probably didn't go in the first round. They overutilized him. He was getting 30, 40 touches a game, man, and in the SEC, and he was running through everybody, okay? And I told you guys, he had the most yards after contact in college football, I believe. And he also can take snaps like a Wildcat quarterback. He also can catch the ball out the backfield. This was a great, great find. And as much as we slander Bob Quinn for some of the moves he made and some of the draft picks he took, gotta give him credit for this one, man. Kerryon Johnson is like, he's a glider. He's patient. And then he actually can hit that gear. And even if he in speed 1, he can hit that gear to speed 3 just like that and skip over 2. And last night he did it, and people want to try to diminish, the Patriots this and that. No, when the Jaguars just beat him last week, it was a full celebration, all right? They was popping champagne, and, after they won the championship, you know what I'm saying? And give us our credit. Now, we got to go ahead and follow up with another victory over the Dallas Cowboys this week. And we need to continue to stick to the running game in that game. Be on the lookout for a prediction video come Wednesday. I might drop it Tuesday a little bit earlier. And make sure you check us out at Motor City Sports Talk on Facebook. The link's in the description. We dropping some really, really good Cowboy memes on there, okay? So check us out. But what they need to do is run the ball on the Cowboys, all right? The Cowboys have smaller defensive linemen. I think David Irving coming back this week for the Cowboys. He's a smaller guy. I liked him. I wanted the Lions to try to pursue him in free agency. I think they end up keeping him somehow, some way. With Dallas, I think they put a franchise tag on him or DeMarcus Lawrence. But DeMarcus Lawrence, Taco Charlton from the University of Michigan, some of their linebackers like Jalen Smith, even though Sean Lee won't play, some of their linebackers are smaller, okay? Dallas is built for speed, okay, especially in their front seven. And Jeff Heath is still a safety unless they trade for Earl Thomas, which is some inklings they may do that. So the Lions need to be physical and pound the ball in between the tackles all game. Just Blunt and Kerryon Johnson and Blunt. And I guarantee you the physicality of Lane, the physicality of Glasgow, Ragnar, who's a great run blocker, Rick Wagner, who's another good run blocker, Taylor Decker, they need to continue to really scarf that ball down Dallas' throat. And I guarantee you eventually that defense is going to crack. They predicated on speed, all right? It's going to crack. And once we get the stuffing it down their throats, man, it's going to be a wrap, man. You're going to see big gashes, and then the play action is going to work. Their corners are not that good, all right? They got a lot of talent. And Byron Jones, who was a safety not too long ago, in the woozy, but they bite on double plays, and you can get behind them, and our receivers are physical and more athletically gifted than their whole secondary. I'm telling you, they need to go ahead and run that ball and play action all throughout Dallas all next week, all throughout the game Sunday, all right? But Kerryon Johnson, that kid is special. I want him to be the number 1 overall back, but you know what? I like the way the Blunt and him complement each other. Blunt is the bolder, and Kerryon Johnson is kind of mixed, between Theo and Blunt. So I like the 1-2 punch with Blunt and Kerryon Johnson. I would love more Kerryon Johnson, but I understand the importance of Blunt softening the defense up and Kerryon Johnson coming in and really gashing them for big plays and yeah, I like the 1-2 punch with Blunt and Johnson. I want to keep that balance between them and eventually give Kerryon Johnson more touches. But Blunt is a great compliment to Kerryon Johnson right now, right? But, you know, we're going to sit back and enjoy this victory, but we got to win this game this week. I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys. Not so much the Cowboys. I mean, I can't stand their fans, all right? But, man, hopefully Johnson can have another big game. And hopefully it ain't too right for the Lions not to know to continue to give the ball to Johnson, continue to run the ball with Blunt, and continue to utilize Theoretic the way he needs to be utilized and how he was this past Sunday night. Shout out to One Pride Nation. Y'all know what it is. We're going to continue to be in the building. And, man, we're going to talk about Kenny Galladay in the next video, man. He blowing up like he thought he could. But Motor City Sports Talk, y'all know what the business is, man. Shout out to all the haters out there that's hating on the page, man. We're going to continue to grind.